Starting new at 6, though, cybersecurity experts are sounding the alarm about Georgia's voting system, a newly filed court brief.
So they are suggesting that cities like Atlanta switch to hand-marked paper ballots in elections coming up this fall instead of the Dominion voting machines that were purchased by the state in 2019.
11 Live's Doug Richards is live in Midtown to explain. Doug?
This is a critique that is separate and distinct from complaints raised after the 2020 election, discredited complaints raised by supporters of President Trump. Instead, these are critiques being made by cybersecurity experts, folks whose lives and work are intertwined with computers, who say that Georgia is asking for trouble by continuing to use the state's computerized voting systems. The state's voting machines, the ones used in the 2020 election, are vulnerable to hackers, say cybersecurity experts like Rich DeMillo.
I'm one of the cybersecurity professionals that thinks that the more computers we have in the system, the more vulnerable it is.
DeMillo is the founder of Georgia Tech's new College of Cybersecurity. He says the state's voting system can be hacked through networks or by infecting one machine in a voting booth. Another computer hacking expert wrote a court brief detailing how he, with the blessing of a federal judge, experimentally hacked some of Georgia's voting machines. The court sealed the report to avoid tipping off real hackers how to do it. The state's electronic voting machines are set to be used in Atlanta's city election this year. State election officials say the machines worked last fall, despite unsubstantiated claims of widespread fraud by former President Trump and some of his backers. Yet Dr. DeMillo says one successful election doesn't undo the threat of a hacked election.
The analogy we use in cybersecurity is to Russian roulette. If you know there's a bullet in the chamber and it didn't kill you the first time you tried, that's not an excuse for spinning the chamber again and pulling the trigger.
So the Secretary of State issued a statement saying that the state remains vigilant and is constantly in touch with federal and state security partners to protect Georgia's elections. The state bought this election system in 2019 after having to change over from a 20-year-old previous election system, also computer-based, and some of these concerns were raised prior to that purchase, and the state has shown that it is interested very much in continuing to use the computer system that we used in the election last year.